terrorism now. Straight into terrorism. Besides, it's already out in the open, and since you're already neck-deep in DS-13... Cameron just shook his head. He knew what Tom said was true. Technology like this in DS-13's hands, the group was solely focused on financial gain, was bad, but in the hands of terrorist groups who were intent on destruction and loss of life, it would mean disaster. Roger that, Tom. Change of primary objective confirmed. I'll be in touch when I know something. Cameron got up from the bench and walked away. Tom stayed, as Cameron knew he would, pretending to talk on his cell phone a while longer as he looked at the paper. Yeah, Cameron's primary objective had changed, but he'd be damned if he'd let justice for his partner's memory suffer because of it. The next day, sitting in the back of the extended SUV with windows tinted just a bit darker than what was probably legal, Cameron, as he was known to DS-13, pretended to chuckle at a filthy joke told by one of the other riders. When a second rider chimed in with another joke, something about a blonde, a redhead, and a brunette, Cameron just tuned them out. He stretched his long legs out in front of him. At least there was room to do that in this vehicle. One thing he had to give DS-13. They may be an organized crime ring with ties to almost every criminal activity imaginable, weapons, drugs, human trafficking to name a few, but they knew how to travel in style. Cameron had been undercover with them for 8 months. 8 months pretending to be a mid-level weapons dealer. 8 months of trying to move up in the ranks of DS-13 so he could meet the boss. The man who had ordered the execution of Cameron's partner over a year ago. Cameron had made very little progress in the meeting the boss area of his work. Instead, he'd been stuck with lower-level minions, who evidently thought a punchline about high heels and a sugar daddy downright hilarious, given the guffawing coming from all corners of the vehicle. Cameron chuckled again, just so it wouldn't be obvious that he wasn't laughing. Blending in was key. Cameron's looks, black hair, just a little too long, dark brown eyes, a perpetual 5 o'clock shadow, made him particularly suited for blending in with bad guys. Cameron had specifically cultivated the dark and unapproachable look. His 6-foot frame was muscular, made even more so over the past few months since a favorite activity of the DS-13 minions was lifting weights, and he was light on his feet. All in all, Cameron knew he came across as someone not to be messed with, someone who could take care of himself, someone menacing. It had helped him in undercover work for years, this ability to blend in physically. The problem was, he felt his soul starting to blend in, too. "Cam, don't you know any good jokes, man?" The driver called back to Cameron. "The best joke I know will be on you guys when I arrest all you bastards." "No, Finn, I don't know any jokes. I can't be this beautiful, able to outlift all you princesses and be able to tell jokes. Wouldn't be fair to the rest of the world," Cameron smirked. This led to an immediate argument over which of the 4 people in the SUV could bench the most weight, as Cameron knew it would. Cameron was tired. He was tired of the lies, tired of keeping one step ahead of everyone else, tired of spending every day with these morons. And yesterday's meeting with Tom had confirmed what Cameron had already known. He wasn't checking in with his handler at Omega Sector as often as he should. But since Cameron worked for Omega, an elite interagency task force, there was a little more leeway about check-ins and staying undercover longer. Omega agents had more training, more experience, and the distinct mental acuity needed for long-term undercover work, or they never were sent out in the first place. They were the best of the best. God, it sounded so Top Gun, and Cameron certainly didn't feel best of anything right now. 290 clean and jerk, 270 bench. Cameron responded to one of the guys asking about his top weightlifting ability. A round of obscenities flew through the vehicle. Nobody believed him. "I'll take any of you pansies on at any time." Cameron looked down at his fingernails.